about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38! Ohio! Ohio!
On 2nd down, Cook. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Flex round! Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Now back to throw. Open man is Thielen is complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A give. This is Cook. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And they get 14 yards there and a first down. Handoff comes to Cook. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Gun! 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 Gun!
It's a quarterback sneak. And able to follow his center and pick up the 1st. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun! 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 Gun!
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real night defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Brand 38. Brand 38.
They start the drive with Cook. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there out of Cook. 48 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! What? 90!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! What?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go! What?
Back to the ground, Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
All right, here we go.
You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Rosen off the play action. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Rosen just getting the snap off at 1. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stevenson. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Peterson. Oh, a nice spin. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Cardinals got to go quickly. Hustling to the line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. Good block blocking there and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away, and have it end up in the end zone.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be fielded at the 6. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Rosen looking to throw, being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, here's Rosen. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action here with Rosen. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Lets it fly for Thielen. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
4 down, check, 4 down. Here we go now. Green 39, Green 39. Gone. Mike 54.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up and try to keep that. He will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They're going to try and throw. It's caught. Nelson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Cardinals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards that time for number 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Cardinals on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. With it is Brown. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go! What?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On the carry, it's Cook. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90! Hut!
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Flex round! Flex round!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Left side, Cook. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And give him a gain of 37. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.